The effects of the war in Gaza are being felt by families in the occupied West Bank. Economic downturn and widespread Palestinian job losses is leaving households in crisis.
There is an urgency to their work as the war in Gaza has become even more grim. These are Jewish human rights activists working in the West Bank alongside Palestinians to deliver food aid at a time when more and more families are facing difficulties.
The West Bank is in an economic catastrophe at the moment. When we're talking about hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who were working in Israel, and on October the 7th, suddenly their jobs ended. Along with that, you've got a lot of army restrictions around freedom of movement and getting to workplaces, and also the settler violence on the ground is really making people's lives unbearable.
Organiser Anton Goodman knows he's in a tiny minority as public opinion after October the 7th is hardening, with many Israelis convinced more than ever that the peace camp is misguided.
So we can have reactions in my community, in my friend circle, saying, why would you be helping the enemy? Why are you not helping our people at this time?
But he hopes these types of actions will provide the building blocks eventually for greater cooperation and coexistence.
There's a hardening and a radicalization of attitudes in favor of the war. At the same time, within Israeli society, you're seeing a liminal moment, a moment where people don't have the answers and feel deeply destabilized and insecure. And suddenly people are willing to think about and consider alternatives to
the military solution.
Solutions.
And that inevitably would be a political solution.
That's right.
The boxes of flour, rice, oil and lentils are soon loaded onto a truck, each one enough to feed a family for a week. The journey from Ramallah to Hebron isn't far, but it is a circuitous route, avoiding and getting stopped at checkpoints on the way. We pass Israeli watchtowers, the architecture of a military occupation which controls the lives of millions of Palestinians. We're just reaching our destination. It should be a relatively short journey, but we've had to navigate checkpoints which have slowed us down. Now, when we get into Hebron, the aid will be unloaded by Palestinian volunteers who are working with the Jewish groups, and then it will be distributed to families who are most in need. Finally, after more diversions, the truck arrives. Food insecurity in the West Bank has increased as a result of the war in Gaza.
I never in my life expected something like that to happen, and I didn't experience something like that in my life. I'm 44 now. It's the first time I see people starving inside Hebron city and other parts of West Bank, and for sure in Gaza.
From this depot, the boxes will be distributed across the city, this time by foot, 2 or 3 stacked at a time. They're taken across town. At the last checkpoint, there's another wait before the aid can pass. Even a simple operation to deliver small boxes of food is fraught with difficulties in the face of Israel's unending military occupation. Alex Rossi, Sky News.